Okay, we're going to try something a little different today. I suspect that I can't upload to YouTube because everyone is watching something president related at the moment. So I'm going to do the morning stream as a recording and then upload it a little later. This actually might be better for all I know. But I lose the live chatting ability, unfortunately, which I was about to test. But anyway, it's Friday, 11 a.m. And I'm about to just get my day going here. There's things to do. We'll do the show and tell first. I got a few cool things in the mail the other day. Let me go to the display plus chat. And I guess I'll have to just go back to regular Discord chat. Let me make an announcement here. Oops. Live stream starting today's What's Up, Dave? Alright, so what do we have here? I got an array of different things. The first thing I'll look over is my breakfast sandwich, and which is over here. Boink. And this one, I don't know if you saw the last one, looks much improved over the one I made the other day, which I can show you. I have a picture of it someplace. Let's pull it up over here, and I think I have a. Well, this is like okay. I can hold the sandwich here. No, where is it? I thought I had a view of this. Yeah, okay. So this might work. This is the webcam plus display. So that's a picture of the sandwich I had from last time, and as you can see over here, on the picture, like my sister, I showed the picture to my sister, and she pointed out that I was supposed to be a triple decker sandwich, which I'd forgotten, and of course the edges were smooshed because I just used a regular knife and pressed down on it. This time I used the appropriate 3 layers, and I also used a serrated bread knife, which was able to saw through the edges and not smush them down. So today's sandwich, much improved. And I am tempted to take a bite of it right now, but I will defer that for later. The next thing that I got was this. This is another one of the Dymo things, but like the other one, this one's like, well, this one is all metal, and like the other one is mostly metal. The difference is the wheel. This wheel is plastic. It's a plastic embosser wheel, but the rest of it's metal. But this is designed for something like an office. But this is a tool that's designed for the workshop. This will actually stamp on aluminum tape and stainless steel tape. And so, like, if I advance it a little bit, and there's the start, I can stamp my name on it. And I only have a little bit of this tape because I had to order some. But here's an S. The click action on this is amazing. It feels really, really good. I thought the other one was good. This one is fantastic. And it's a little bit wider tape, too. I think it's half an inch. And so I think it worked. Then you half click it to advance it. And the cutting is at the end. This lever, will actually clip it. And there, I have my embossed piece of metal tape. And this is super, super cool. Looks like I've pressed a little bit too hard on it. But they apparently, these are very durable labels. The later versions of this, they have a different clipper, I think, in the end. And there's various little improvements, like inside here, there'd be like a little, some sort of like a hub in there to kind of keep things centered. And other things I'm not aware of yet. But I think did I pay for this? $29 or something like that, which was maybe a little bit high. But they still make these. They're called the Rhino now, still from the same company. But they cost about $250. So $29 to do this, basically use the same tape that those new ones use. It doesn't have this feature of being able to cut holes into it, like so you can like make you know, like little nailing holes for them. But you know, as an object, this thing is freaking cool, and I love it. So now I have these two Dymo label makers of a certain vintage. This one is from 1960. This one is probably from 1963 or 1964. They're both in pretty good shape, and a little bit worn, but you know, that's because of that. I can just keep them around and not worry about, like, you know, damaging their finishes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put these back. I need to figure out a way of storing them so they don't scratch each other. I'll put this one up here for now, maybe. Yeah, so that was a very cool acquisition. And then I got something called a Paper Welder, and this one I'm a little bit worried about because this one is in really nice shape. There's a little bit of a bubbling on the back here, but overall it's like very nice. So what is a paper welder that you ask? It's a, well, let me show you. So unlike a stapler, what a paper welder does is it crimps the paper together. I think I saw one of these a long time ago. Apparently these are all the rage in Japan too, the stapleless staplers. So here's an old American Task Planner sheet from September last year. I'm never going to look at this again, but here's another blank piece of paper. And the way it works is, let's see how low I can get this thing. This is, I guess, where it's helpful when you have a camera operator. So here's the paper crimper, and the way the paper welder, and the way it works is it sort of presses down on this serrated die there and applies a lot of pressure with the leverage of this design. And so you'll do something like this. So I want to crimp these both together, and then I go like this. And then when I release it, pull the paper out, the papers are fastened together. And I don't know if this camera will resolve it or not. But there's a kind of serrated little raised area that's here. It's easier to see on the back of this. I'll try on this camera. I don't know if it will really resolve because it's, I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably need to take a picture of it. There's it right. Maybe you can see it right there. Start of the serrated edge. This side. Yeah. Come on, camera. You can do it. So I'm trouble picking up on it. Not sure what to focus on, but yeah. That is pretty cool. I bet if I did this, it would work. I think it's the contrast. This is probably a contrast detection. Yeah, there it goes. So you can see the serrated edge, or not serrated, the crimped edge of it, maybe. Come on, you can focus. So I actually got two of these. The other one I got, it's not as clean as the other one. It's missing the bottom of it. If this model ever had one, this one's probably a little bit earlier vintage. I'm not sure how people date these things. This one was described as being 70s vintage, which is maybe or maybe not true, but it's in pretty good shape. It has the bottom on it. Some of the earlier ones had cork bottoms that I saw on eBay. What I'm thinking of doing with this one, since this one's a little bit like less clean, that I can try out this that chrome cleaning technique that I was reading about, where you use a piece of tin foil, aluminum foil, and you put a little water on it, and apparently, I'll let you double check this. Apparently what it'll do is the aluminum reacts with the chromium on the outside of this plated thing. This is like a heavy piece of metal that's been chrome plated. They don't make stuff like this anymore. And what it does is the tinfoil and the aluminum and the chromium is supposed to interact in a way that makes a kind of fine polishing paste. So I'm curious if that's really true or not. And then if I can restore this one, this would be like a kind of a wonderful, like, prize to give to somebody. So that's what I'm thinking. So my pursuit of I guess, weird little desktop accessories continues. They make me happy. I did order something called a, what's it called? Oh, let me look it up in the chat room. It's called a Heronex Press. And the Heronex Press is, well, let's watch the commercial. What's the work? I don't know if the sound. I guess it would help if I showed my screen. So these are stapleless staplers as well. But this is using something called a bump style mechanism in which it cuts a hole in it and slides a piece of paper through. This is, yeah, so it actually makes this, and it tucks the paper in somehow. They make a whole bunch of staplers like this. Apparently, that they're very proud of this stapler. But then there's the Heronex Press. This is possibly the... But this is more an example of... That's the stationary king. Huh. I didn't look this up. But the Heronex Press is kind of the same version of this thing. This was made in like the 50s, 60s, 70s. Heronex used to make something else that was based on the bump style, which is the previous video we saw. But you can see, look. It goes much closer to the edge. So I'm curious. I ordered one of these. They're like $10. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by this paper stamp, this paper stapleless paper stuff, but I am very excited about getting one of those. But anyway, that's that's enough fun for now. Let's take a look at what's the schedule like. I need to get organized for today. I'd like to do about 3 or 4 hours of code. This is, first I need to commit the old stuff, and then I can move on to the next part of it, which is what's called side-by-side playback, in which there's one side of the screen is doing simulation, the other side of the screen is doing playing back of something. It occurred to me that the way I was thinking of doing it before wasn't going to work, so I have to think about an alternative way of doing it. But let's update our index first. Today is January 20th. Yesterday I did do some stuff. I got answered Karen's tech info request. Did I do anything else yesterday? Not that I can recall. This is enough context for now. So to January 20. Oh, yesterday I got the Paper Welders and the what's it called? The Dymo-mite M-2 Tapewriter. So today, what are we doing? The plan is to do about 3 to 4 hours of coding work. Respond to hotel paperwork request. Maybe go out and do stuff. Maybe hit the post office and town hall. I don't really want to do it though. That's just me being obstinate. That would be our kind of our stretch goals for today. Well, I guess it would help if I actually looked at the emergent task timer sheet I made. Let's see. Let me go to Auxcam here. So here's the sheet, not from Thursday, because Thursday I was out all day and didn't actually do anything. I streamed that last night late to explain it. So Wednesday is really where I was last working on something like this on my stuff. So let me look at the list. I got all this stuff done. I need to send Dad's tax info. Need to resign the hotel. Also need to look for the system disks. So I'm going to get a new one of these forms. Fill that out. So today is January 20. Since I'm recording this to disk, I need to actually hurry this up because I don't think I have enough disk space. Friday. So what are we doing today? It's code. And the first one is cleanup. The second one is code. Side by side. So make a dent in those. And then I'm going to leave room for one more if I need to do another top 3 thing I'm forgetting about. Send Dad his tax info. Confirm hotel booking. Look for sys disks for Don. And then also town hall, post office. See, these are errands that will probably take some time, which is probably why I don't want to do them. I might feel better, though, if I get some code under my belt. But I should hit town hall around 3 or 4. That only gives me 4 hours or so. So let's see. Let's backfill these hours. I'm going to note when I woke up. I woke up around 9:30 today. Awake and I'm moving. And around 10, what time did I start this? Around 11? Started wooding. Oops. What's it called? Those WDU. I guess that is a thing that I do. Wood. I keep forgetting that. And it's now, it's 11:30 now. We're going to stop this at 11:30 and then see what we'll do next. I did an experiment early on here, which was test YouTube chat, which seems to work, but YouTube seems to be down for streaming. Because I'm guessing stuff is going on right now. And I guess finish eating breakfast. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think anything else is going on today. I should check my calendar. But I think I want to try to get out of the house around here. If I'm going to do post office, town hall, this is when I would want to do it. Around then, the latest. Gotta get out of the house around then. I think this is probably a good time because it's well after lunch, but it's before everyone has left work. Well, I guess we'll find out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 3-ish hours to do some code. If I can get like an hour just getting started on that, I would feel pretty good. Then after this, I'm probably going to be, I might have another coding session in me. It might be good to do that. Though I can confirm the hotel stuff maybe in the evening. That's probably because this is not so time critical. System disks could be a good break to take. I also guess I want to do cat litter and vacuuming. That would be good. So I get all that done. That would be amazing. So that's the plan for today. I kind of want to staple this to something now, but let's do a little bit of cleanup here. The desk is a little bit of a mess, as you can see. And I think that will be it for today. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do this weekend. But, I don't know, there's so many things to do of... I was rethinking the other day that I think one reason why I'm feeling kind of down is because everything that I'm doing or everything that's interesting that's happening to me is something that I kind of have to initiate myself these days. There's not a lot of stuff happening to me that's interesting. It's always like, okay, let me push this ball up and come back and let me amuse myself. It's kind of I'm kind of like playing solitaire as far as fun stuff goes. And after a while, it gets old. So okay, I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm gonna cook something and eat it, and I'll share it. And it's something that I'm pushing, and basically, it's you know sometimes something comes back, but usually it doesn't. And it doesn't happen in a way that is visceral, like in my physical space. So I think one thing I need to do, now that I'm talking about this out loud, is just getting out there and pushing people for real. Because the stuff I'm doing is virtual. It is sitting at home. It's not inviting someone to make Japanese breakfast sandwiches. It's me showing people that I'm making them. That's probably what the problem is. Ugh. So obvious when you say it out loud. But anyway, that's the morning. I'm going to see what I can do to stream, compress, and upload this, and hopefully it'll be uploaded. And it'll be interesting to compare the quality between the live stream videos versus the saved and uploaded videos. But we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.